If you're watching this video, you're likely in a slump. And it could either be a long slump or it could be a slump of a couple of days. Everybody goes through a slump. But today I am here to tell you how to get out of that slump. Because in order for you to be in a slump in the first place, it means that you were once doing good. You wouldn't know that you're in a slump if you never did good. That's like saying you fumbled the ball, but you never had possession of the ball. So the first thing to realize about being in a slump is that you were doing good, and you should pat yourself on the back for that. Now, the first thing to get out of a slump is first you have to acknowledge that you're in a slump. You have to acknowledge that you're in a slump. You got to acknowledge that you're slipping up. You got to acknowledge that you're being lazy and you're lunching. Okay? When you make yourself aware of these things and also become aware of the feelings that you're feeling while you're in this slump and the frustrations that are building up inside you, then it's going to be easier for you to pull yourself out of it. So that's number one. Number two, small steps. Okay? So many people think that getting out of a slump, you just one day wake up and absolutely demolish your goals and you just lock in. And that's not the case. It's not the case at all. If that were the case, then everybody will get out of a slump just like that. It's not the case. Don't be so hard on yourself. After you have acknowledged everything about the slump and acknowledged how you're being lazy and how you're not taking care of your goals and how you are not progressing, remember that feeling, embrace it, and then take small steps to get there. So let's say you're trying to get back into going to the gym. You haven't been to the gym in like a week or a month. Start off by not even going to the gym. If you go to the gym, that's awesome. You made a significant step in your progress. But start off by just getting ready to go to the gym. Okay? Let's say you're lunching on your phone, doom scrolling, and you're like, I want to go to the gym. Don't be like, I'm about to go to the gym. Just be like, let me put on some gym clothes. Put on an attire. Get ready, brush your teeth, wash your face if you need to, and just put on that gym attire. And now, it's not going to guarantee that you go to the gym, but I would say 7 times out of 10, when your brain is recognizing that you're getting ready for something, it's likely going to follow through with that deed. So you getting ready for the gym, you're likely going to follow through on driving and going to the gym. Okay? And if you don't, you're going to be thinking in your head, dude, I just put on these gym clothes for nothing. And it's going to make you feel worse. So it's like either you win or you take a hard loss. But there's no in between. There's no chilling area, you know? So number 2, take small steps. Number 3, actually, like, screw the numbers. So after you start taking small steps, you're eventually going to start gaining momentum because you want to get momentum off of little wins. You want to set little goals for yourself that you achieve and get little wins out of, you know? So as you start taking those small steps, now you want to start being consistent in those small steps. So let's say you've been lunching on the gym, you haven't gone in a week, and so you acknowledge that you've been lunching, you acknowledge that you feel like shit for it, and now you take the small step of getting ready to go to the gym, right? You get ready to go to the gym. That day, you decided not to go. Oh well. The next day, the same time, you got ready and you ended up going. So now you're in the gym And you're like, you know what? Me getting here is not as bad as I thought. Even if you get a little workout, excuse me, even if you get a little workout in, nothing crazy, you still worked out that day. So that is still a check mark of you working out for that day. So now just keep that consistent. Keep on stepping foot in that gym. If it comes to studying, same thing applies. Get yourself ready to study. Bring out the book, bring out your notebook paper, get out a pen, and get out your laptop. And go somewhere different that's not in your room or that's not distracting. Leave your phone in your room. And just tell yourself, you know what? I'm gonna leave my phone in my room, go downstairs where I set up my study stuff. And even if I don't study at all, I gotta sit there for 15 minutes. So whether you sit there for 15 minutes and look at a wall, or you sit there for 15 minutes browsing the internet, sit at that study station without your phone for 15 minutes. Because you're most likely going to start studying. And then you start studying, the 15 minutes is up, and you're like, nah, I'm cooking up right now. Let me keep going. And that's how it starts. When you're in a slump, the hardest part of getting out of the slump is getting that train rolling again. Many people think that you got to go from 0 miles per hour to 60, but that's not how it works. When you're in a car and you're at a red light and you're completely stopped, does the car suddenly go from 0 to 60 just like that? No, it builds up. It goes, if you have a gas car, because there's electric cars now, the gas car, the RPMs go, vroom, and then it shifts gears, vroom, and then it gets its momentum, 20 miles per hour, 40, and then 60. Oh, Lord. Excuse me. And I'm not cutting out, I'm not cutting that out of the video. Nope. So, sorry if that grossed you out, but I'm not sorry. But anyways, going back to my point, I'm still thinking about that. But going back to my point, and the best way for you to get out of a slump is to get yourself slowly moving again. Just get that momentum. It doesn't matter if it's slow momentum. Low momentum is better than no momentum. Okay? So get that momentum going by accomplishing small goals and getting small wins. The more small wins you get, the more confidence that you're going to build in yourself to keep it going. And the more you're going to want to keep it going. And as you keep it going, accomplishing these small goals, they're no longer going to do it for you. So your goals are going to get bigger and bigger until eventually, not only are you out of that slump, but you're doing better than how you were before the slump. And I feel like slumps in life are needed because it gives you an opportunity to not only see how far you came, but see how much you still have to go. And it sucks. It can be overwhelming at times, but it's also very needed because it's like a reality check. Life is constantly moving. And when you're in a slump, it gives you the opportunity to kind of stand still and just be aware of your life, because let's say you've been doing good. You've been going to the gym, you've been studying, you've been doing your hobby and all this other stuff. And you come from a life where you used to play video games all day. And so you decide one day, you know what, let me go back to the old days and play video games all day today. And then it creates a slump because now you feel lazy and now you don't feel like doing anything. And then you start to realize how much progress you made because You no longer have time to sit around and play video games all day. Despite how much you want to, and despite how much you enjoy it at the moment, it's it starts becoming not so enjoyable because you know that you have goals that you need to accomplish, you know? And that right there is progress because there's a lot of people in life that are completely okay with just wasting their life. They're completely okay with just coming home. No disrespect if you do this, but just coming home and watching TV all day or playing video games all day. You, even if you do it, you having that voice in your head that's like, bruh, why are we doing this? Why are we, what are we doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? We're wasting time. You having that voice in your head already shows how much progress you have made. Because there are so many people in life that don't even have that voice, don't even have that voice in their conscience that's trying to check them and being like, yo, you got goals to accomplish. You like 80% done with this cert. What you doing? What you know what I'm saying? So I try to make it a rule for myself that if I have the time and energy to hop on a game, then I have the time and energy to study. Or I have the time and energy to play the guitar. I have the time and energy to record a video. You know, obviously rest, but start resting in healthier ways. So, anyways, going back to the topic, to summarize what I said today, 3 ways to get out of a slump. First thing is you got to acknowledge it. Acknowledge that you're bullshitting. Acknowledge that you're being lazy right now. Acknowledging that you could do a lot more with your time than what you're doing. And remember the feeling of frustration that you have of you wasting your day. And keep that feeling in mind because it's powerful. Second thing, take small steps. You don't have to immediately go back to going 100%. Even if you give it 5%, it doesn't matter. Just take small steps, get small wins, gain that momentum. And then 3, be consistent. It's like working out. If you're working out and doing 25s and you're able to go up to 8, you fail at like 9, don't drop the weight and then go, you know what I'm saying? Stay at those 25s and just keep on going, you know? Stay, don't drop what you're doing. Obviously, if you notice that you're putting too many goals on your plate and now you're not accomplishing those goals, then yeah, scale down the goals. But there should be a bare minimum of goals that you accomplish throughout the day that is non-negotiable, okay? That you're consistent on. So you acknowledge that you have a problem or that you're in a slump. You take small steps and small goals to make that, gain that confidence back up, gain that, you know, confidence and discipline back up, and then be consistent in those small goals. And those small goals will eventually turn to big goals. And then you will be crushing anything that comes your way. And that's all it is. It's simple, but it's easier said than done. But at the end of the day, you got to get it done one way or another. If life was easy, then everybody would be happy. There's a reason why we're not happy, or the majority of us, because life ain't easy. You just get stronger. For the people that you see that it looks like life is perfect for them, it ain't. They're just so strong to make it seem like life is just light work. Now, obviously, some people have easier lives than others. You know, everybody's life is different, but everybody's life is hard in their own way. You know, and I'll end on this because I actually remember this. I remember in communication, my communication class in college, they were talking about how different age groups have different stressors. But those different those different stressors stressors, that's a hard word to say, do not invalidate the stress that they're feeling. So for example, a baby, when they're uncomfortable, their only form of communication is crying. So let's say that they just pooped in their diaper and they're uncomfortable. They feel that poop smudging all over their thighs and stuff. They're going to start wailing. They're going to feel stressed out. And now I know it's easy for us, the people that are taking care of them and paying bills and doing all this, to be like, man, you ain't got to worry about nothing. You ain't got to pay no bills. You ain't got to. But I don't mean to sound like a softy, but you're invalidating their feelings because everybody has different feelings at different age groups. You know, being like 7 to 10 years old, you stressing about um, your social status and making friends, and that stress is real. You know, and it doesn't help having parents be like, man, don't trip about that stuff. You ain't paying no bills. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got stress. I don't know what that has to do with the video, but I just want to put it in there. So just try to be mindful. If a kid comes up to you talking about what you would consider some bull crap, just hear them out. Because at the end of the day, you are older than them. So you are stronger than them. Life doesn't get easier. You just got stronger. But don't project your strength onto these young kids and being like, nah, I have it hard. Like, you got it easy, blah, blah, blah. You should want them to have it easy. Why do you want them to have it hard? Anyways, that's besides the point. So, yeah. So, how to get out of a slump? 3 things: acknowledgement, small steps, consistency, and you're good. It's currently day 28 of 365. I love you very much. And thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.